I now have indigestion.
Greetings, friends. It's Josh.
And Emmy. Matt.
And I'm just here so I don't get replaced on this show. It's Ryan.
Wow.
Just here so I don't get replaced. Beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. So, because we've been sorely lacking in the dadness of the podcast as of late, we have overcompensated this episode with dad jokes and dead tired dads. In fact, so go us.
Oh
Yay.
man, we are so dead tired.
Yes, I agree with that sentiment entirely.
So dead tired.
Super dead tired, in fact. Matt, wake up.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm in it. Minute to win it. Let's go.
Let's do it. Who's ready for a podcast?
Me.
I am.
I love podcasts.
Podcasts are fun.
I just had one this morning.
Anyway, this is the Dead Tired Dads podcast. This is a podcast for gamers who don't have time to game. So, Ryan, we haven't heard from you.
I am a real person.
In a couple months.
Alive and in the flesh. Yeah.
So, you're still alive. That's good.
I'm back.
Matt, we have also not heard from you for an extended period of time.
Well, thanks to AI technology, I'm actually not here. It's really cool that Josh has pieced all these recordings of me from Facebook and other things and recreated this very, very strong likeness of Matt.
There's a live album that Five Iron Frenzy put out. Like, it was supposed to be like their supposed last show. And that was actually one of the jokes that they said. Like one of the I think it was Dennis, the trombone player, was like, "I am not Dennis. I am actually a robot. I am Dennis is in the green room, and I am remote controlled."
No robot would go by Dennis, the trombone player, though. I hope that's like his actual title, like on a business card. Hello, I'm Dennis, the trombone player. Like that's how you win at life.
Anyway. So yeah, Matt, Ryan, you guys have been absent.
Yes.
Absentee dads.
Whoa.
Wow.
From the podcast.
Harsh
From the
words.
podcast. From the podcast. So, anything fun and interesting going on in your lives?
Okay, I do have a funny story.
Of course you do.
It's not the one you think I'm going to tell, though.
Oh, sweet.
So, Josh referenced a series of unfortunate events that I've had, which
Yes.
is very true. And the end result of those unfortunate events is I had to move. And so recently when we moved, we had to switch our internet over, and we moved our internet to the new place. And my work computer, because I work from home, was not connecting to the internet. And I finally discovered that my wireless adapter had gone bad. So I had to go get a new one. So I go to Best Buy, I get a new wireless adapter. I go home and I open it and I'm reading the instructions. And step one, now follow me here. This is a wireless adapter.
I know where this is going.
Its whole purpose is to get you on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Step one says, go to this website and download the software. If I could go to the website, I wouldn't need this thing to get me on the internet. So I actually foolishly thought, I'll just plug it in and it'll work. No, it literally would not work.
You gotta get the
I
drivers.
had to get out my laptop, download the drivers onto a USB drive,
Yep.
switch that over to the... It was just, it's like... Really?
Nice.
What genius design.
It's funny that
Nice.
actually touches on like a game review I have. So
Perfect.
later I'll bring that back.
Perfect.
Yeah,
That's wonderful.
full circle.
Full
circle, baby.
Yeah. So Matt, we also haven't heard from you in a while. Actually, longer than Ryan. It's been like
Input required. I'm fully autonomous. What can I say? It's great to be here.
Yeah.
Not much going on, guys. Just work, as you guys know.
Yes.
I did get to go to Tennessee and see family last week, which was great to take a vacation and go back to my little town and see everybody. And there's actually this really cool safari park. Can I do a shout out here?
Yeah, absolutely. Sponsor us.
Tennessee Safari Park in Alamo, Tennessee. Actually, my one of my cousins lives there and gets to run it and manage it, which is really, really cool. But we took the kids, and it's like a drive-through safari with camels and llamas and just all kinds of crazy animals. Like it was wild. Yeah, I know, it's weird. And so like the camels though are the most annoying. Like I never thought of it. I've never met a camel, so I don't know. But they're the ones like if you can buy these little feed bags and like roll down your windows, and the animals will put their heads in. Ostriches, those are fun to watch to eat too. But camels will like straight up slobber all over your arms, your hands to get to that food. And some of them have learned, it's really funny. We're trying to drive through this park, and the llamas especially have learned if they stand in front of your car, you can't move. So like, so there's this gang of llamas where one will stand there so you can't move, and the other one will like come around the corner like, hey, you got any food in there?
Feed me.
Like it was the funniest. We were like, move! Like it's like you had to like bump into them. Like, come on, get out of the way. So, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. Got to take the kids and got to feed llamas.
That's
and
amazing.
Camels and
so I was going to ask. You answered my question though. I was going to ask if you got spat on.
Oh man, I mean, so much. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
This one camel, like I was out of food. The camel reached in, bit my hand, my arm, and it didn't really bite. He was just kind of like testing the waters, I guess. And he moved away, and my hand was just caked in camel spit.
Yeah.
So camels, yeah, they're gross.
Camels are gross.
Camels are gross.
Any animal like that like is like known for spitting, like I'm just like no. I don't like dogs because of like the slobber and the hey, I know I'm in the minority here. I get it. Dogs are great. Woo, dogs.
You just got us canceled. Don't do that.
I love dogs. What am I talking about?
Input required. Just gonna keep that going throughout the whole show.
Well, that's we'll run with that. That's fine. You can input required there too. I need all the input I can get. So I actually found out something fascinating a little bit ago that I have been meaning to bring up and I keep forgetting about. But there was actually in the early 90s, I found out there was a David Bowie video game. Like
this can't be serious.
Was it just called David Bowie's video game, or was
it was like he went on I was watching like interviews on like on like YouTube, and like he was on Conan O'Brien, and he was not there promoting an album. He was there promoting his new video game.
I mean, what would we all expect him to be there for?
It sounds like something from the Sega CD.
Like it would have been around that time,
right?
But yeah, like it was a PC game, like, and they had like clips from it and stuff, and it just looks so like it was so like
this, I have to play this.
I can't remember what it was, but I just remembered it.
Does it look exactly like you'd expect it to look?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, I love that.
Absolutely. Like so just imagine like
it feels like the Labyrinth. I would play that.
Yeah, no, for sure. But do you guys remember that show Reboot?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Like M loves that show.
Yeah.
So if she was here, she would
CGI,
like yeah. So like it's kind of like that.
Worse than VeggieTales.
Only worse. It looked kind of like that, but worse. Let me see. I'm gonna get our tech department here to work on this. All right.
Input required.
Let's see. What was it? The Nomad Soul, maybe? No, that's not it. Where is it? Ah, man, come on. Jeez. Is it just Omicron? Yeah, video game, 1999, The Nomad Soul, with David Bowie. Yeah.
Weird.
There you go.
I remember Michael Jackson's video game.
Michael Jackson had a video? Oh, I mean, he had like the Wii video game, right?
No. He had Moonwalker. It was there was a movie. You guys ever seen this movie? Michael Jackson's Moonwalker? Oh my gosh, it was so weird. He transforms into a car.
What?
It's the 90s, man. It's the 90s. Yeah, I remember
Can't
this as a
beat it.
kid. I didn't know if it was a fever dream, but there was a movie I saw with Michael Jackson called Moonwalker.
Okay.
Where he turned into a car. That's where I remember he turned into a car. But in the game, your job is to, you're in the smooth criminal outfit. You've got the white and all that, and you're rescuing kids. And at one point, you can turn into a robot car and fly away.
All right.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson
Thanks,
is Optimus
Michael.
Prime.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So yeah, things get weird when like celebrities get involved in video games.
Yeah,
It's,
maybe you just shouldn't, right? Like,
Stay in your lane.
and
oh, that reminds me. Did you guys ever play Shaq Fu?
I did play Shaq.
I have heard of
I did
Shaq
play
Fu.
Shaq Fu.
That kind of worked out, right?
In a weird way, yes, it did.
Michael Jordan tried that too. He had
Yeah, he had a video
Chaos in the Windy City.
Yeah.
It was like
Play that one.
it was like a platformer, but you were Michael Jordan throwing like fire basketballs.
I've actually like seen a clip from
Yeah.
that recently too.
Oh, that's wild. Yeah, my
Yeah.
brother had that game. We played it a lot. So.
Yeah, but I was wrong. It did not come out in the early '90s. It was 1999. If
Oh, this is recent then.
like
I say recent. This is recent. 23 years ago.
yeah,
That was yesterday.
maybe not. Maybe I don't know. He was like in it. This is saying that he did the score for it for this one.
Yeah,
but
that's
like
different, right?
this was one that he was like
Wait
played
a minute,
something
wait a
in.
minute, wait a minute.
Those are
Are
two
you-
different things.
Are you suggesting that David Bowie has multiple video games that he impacted?
I don't know, man.
Wait a minute.
I don't know. I can't find it. Or our tech department can't find it. I should have written down the name of the game, but it looked really bad, and this one looks really bad too, from what I'm seeing. But like, Boz.
This is how the David Bowie starring the Nomad Soul. Yeah, so
Yeah.
he was in it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
There
It-
you go.
yeah,
So just the one video game.
just the one video game, maybe. He was a good actor in that movie, The Prestige. I really liked him in that, but as Tesla. But anyway, beside the point, I just thought it was crazy that there was a video game that David Bowie was like
kinda wild.
heavily involved in.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me want to try it and see.
I know you want to play it, but it looks absolutely terrible. Like I said, it's yeah. I can't imagine the controls being anything good. So anyway, that's that's what I got today. I'm fried.
You are a dead tired.
I am. I had to had family in town recently and had to take my sister to the airport yesterday, and I had to get up at like 4:45 to like drive her to the airport, and I was like, there's no point in going back to bed. Like I'm just gonna
Made that mistake.
I'm just gonna stay up. And so like I'm still tired from that. Like, but on the bright side, I got to work on something that I was, had been working on.
I was gonna say that's definitely not all you have for this show.
No, that's not. It's not all I have for this show. But I do not have a video game to talk about because I haven't been playing any video games lately. Because
you've been-
I've been building Legos.
Lego.
I got the Lego Pac-Man Lego set, which was amazing and is amazing and lots of fun. I finished it yesterday. Yes, late last night. I finished it up, and it's very cool. Very cool Lego set. Very expensive Lego set. So if you've got some money, maybe you can buy it. I don't know. Not the most expensive, but
At the cost of the real Pac-Man arcade
yeah.
machine.
I mean, like you're looking at about 300. I think it was 350.
Yeah, that's probably
I
in
think-
the 90s it was worth that. Now they're like a lot more.
Yeah.
because you can't get them anymore. So
But yeah, $350 gets you about 10 hours worth of building.
That's pretty
something
cool,
like that.
too.
It's it's got a
his
crank.
manual. I mean, this manual looks like an IKEA catalog from the past 5
Yeah,
years.
let's see. Flip open here. That's what you're hearing. 320
Encyclopedia.
some odd pages of instruction. 330 some odd pages of instructions. Yeah, 335
There you go.
is kind of the end. So, yeah, 335 pages of instructions. Yeah, no, very cool Lego set. It's got a lot of really cool features. I'm obviously it's Legos, it's video games. I love it. I have one complaint. And my complaint is, why on earth do Lego sets still come with stickers? Can someone explain this to me?
Just print it on the Lego.
Like, I understand, like...
Yeah, I don't want to put the faith of my fingers in putting the sticker on.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, there's this one... There's a couple things that, like, are, like, essential to the features of the Lego set. Actually, the majority of the stickers were like that. So that you've got stickers that go on the side panels that have like the Pac-Man logo, and they're big stickers because it's a big cabinet thing. Like, and it's it's a rather large sticker, and so you put that thing on there wrong, you're like,
and you can't peel it off.
Oh,
again.
no, you can't take it off again.
It ruins them if you peel them off.
And
I feel like in
then
the '90s, all the Legos had them like grafted on, like the cool computer console looking thing.
yes, they
weren't
printed that
stickers.
stuff on there.
Right, yeah, that was really cool too.
It was the Mega Bloks guys that did the stickers on everything. And then the coin slot is another one that it's like, if this is crooked because it lights up, it's like, if this is crooked, it's just going to be like very obvious.
Yep.
And then the last one that got me, and there were actually 4 of them, there's a little score ticker that you can change the score on, so you roll it and the score rolls around, which is a cool feature. It's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to put the stickers on this little barrel thing.
Yep.
And you, like,
They could have printed that. They could have
why are you making me like stress over this? I don't understand.
No,
why do you hate me, Lego? I like, and there are other Lego sets that I've gotten that do the same thing, where it's like, here, put this sticker on. I'm like, why? And it's not that they can't do it. Like, they have other, like...
They do it sometimes.
Right.
Right.
And even in the Pac-Man thing, there's like a big, like, banner across the top of the cabinet that says Pac-Man, and it's like 3 individual little pieces that kind of spell it out, and it's like, that's printed on there. So, like, even if the argument is, we don't want to have a printing thing for just this one thing, like, even if that's your argument, you fail miserably, because guess what, you're doing it anyway. Like, I just don't understand.
One of my favorite minifigs is Iron Man, and his like intricate details on his chest suit are printed on. Like, it's not a sticker; it just comes that way in the box.
So I don't put the stickers on myself for the most part, because I am terrified of it. So I ask Emmy to do it for me, and she stresses out because she knows that I want it to be
So
good.
you're putting that pressure on
I
her.
put that pressure on my wife. It's exactly it. But like I was ranting about it with her, and she was like, well, some people like actually like to put like stickers on things. I'm like, but it's not me, it's not you. Like, who are these people that like putting stickers on things, and do they build Legos? Like, is Lego like catering to those people? If so, then cater to me too. Like, put the stickers in there, but also put the things with the graphics already on there.
So
and
two versions,
like,
sticker and stickerless.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
I don't understand.
You can charge less because you have to do the work of putting the stickers on. So then
Yeah, sure. Make it cheaper for the sticker version.
I'm right there with you, actually, because my son, the first ever Star Wars Lego set that he built, we did together, and it was Luke's land speeder.
Mm-hmm.
And the front grill on the front is a sticker.
No!
And I messed it up, and it sits on my desk. Like, my son literally was like, Daddy, put this on your desk. And of course, I was like, oh my gosh, yes. So it's sitting on my desk, and the sticker is messed up, and every day I see it, I'm just
oh my gosh.
It drives me crazy when I see that messed up sticker.
The other thing that I had a problem with is I was missing a piece for the first time ever in a Lego set. So that's kind of an annoyance. But it is a very cool, like, Lego actually does a really cool job of, like, if you're missing a piece, they don't, like, make you pay for one. Like, you can just go on their website and go to customer service and say, hey, I'm missing this piece, and they'll mail it to you.
Huh. That's
So-
pretty cool.
That's
So just so you're aware. And also, if you are missing pieces from old sets, you can find it. You can like find the old
Yes.
set and actually.
That is good to
I
know.
have
But
seen that, yeah.
now you do have to buy those if you've lost
Yeah.
like stuff
Right,
from
right.
older sets, but they're it's not like super expensive.
I like that there's even software out there now where you can completely build your own, and then it sends you the list of parts you can buy from
Yeah.
the website.
Yeah.
So you can create your entire. Yeah. Those are really cool.
That's
But
good to know because I am sure that some of my sons.
but I was just thinking they had for the Pac-Man one when I went on there to order the piece that I was missing. They had a place where you could order the stickers. So
Yeah, you would have to. You're not alone there. Someone's messed up.
So
your
like
Pac-Man.
my thought is like I'm sure that people are like have like screwed up the stickers horribly on these things and be like, I'm just gonna tell them that I messed it up and they'll send me the stickers and they'll send me the piece that I need to put the sticker on and it'll be fine. So I wonder if like maybe with some of those old Legos maybe you could get them to send you a sticker of the land speeder and you could try it again.
It drives me crazy because the one corner is like
Oh yeah, no,
peeled
that's
off, and I just hate
absolutely
looking
awful.
at it.
Absolutely awful. I guess there are people who like get like magnifying glasses out, like have like the big magnifying glasses out with like the
Tweezers.
tweezers
Yeah,
and they're
That
just
is
so
absolutely justified.
like that's the only way that you can do it, right?
It's the modern version of ship in a bottle, right?
I mean,
You gotta be
sure.
real careful. And...
I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Stickers and Legos don't mix. That's my opinion.
Print them on.
Yeah,
Come
just
on.
print it. Just print it. Whatever. That's all there is to it. There's no reason to give me stickers. I don't want them. So
Take your activity sticker book back. Get that crap out of here.
But one of the I have the NES Lego set too, and the way that they do the motion stuff on that just is very cool. And so like the track for doing because the Pac-Man and Ghost move around the thing, and it's so the way that they did that was all very cool. And putting the track together it was fun to watch and to kind of do. So all in all, good Lego set. I recommend it, and it's video game related. So
There you go.
it fits into this podcast.
Yeah.
Very much so.
So
I'm jealous. I need to get one and just sit right on my desk at work. It's just the perfect
it's
piece.
so big.
Perfect piece.
It's so
It
freaking huge.
I used to work for Namco. Did I tell you that?
I did not know that.
I
No.
did. I used to work for Namco. Not the game company, but the entertainment side where they actually had arcades. That was one of my first jobs out of high school. So I got to work at Namco Cyber Station.
Nice.
You know how old it is when it's called Cyber
The Cyber Station. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like them, and they had Aladdin's Castles and some other arcades, which, of course, right on that time, the arcade mall started dying. And,
Yep.
So, but, I always have a fond memory for Pac-Man and Namco.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
I still got a bunch of old tokens with Pac-Man on them.
I remember Aladdin's Castle. I remember there was a mall that had an Aladdin's Castle near me when I was growing up, and I always wanted to go in there. My parents wouldn't let me because it was like it's just throwing your money away.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, yeah, look at me now, Mom and Dad.
You just wait.
You just wait and see. I'm gonna throw all my money
You have
away
no
on
idea.
these things. I'll
should
show
have let him
you.
My kids are learning that very valuable lesson. Like, they love claw machines, and
Yep.
Dad gets to work at a big place like this, so every time they're there, can we play the claw machines? No, because you can't win prizes. We're not going to do that. We're not going to steal from the company, right? But we went to another place locally, and all they want to do is play the crane machines, and they're starting to learn now that it's a big ripoff. They're learning, this is painful when I do this.
Yeah, no.
So.
It can be painful when you throw your money away, but
Think of the fun, the entertainment.
think of the fun that you'll have in between.
That's right. That's right. How cool would it have been if I did win? How cool would it Anyway. Memories.
So we've got you two as well here.
Bono's here?
Yes.
Whoa.
And the Edge.
Nice. Yeah, I can't forget that guy.
Yeah. So what have you guys been doing? As far as video game related adjacent things.
Well, I mean, I was supposed to talk about a video game like 2 months ago.
This is true.
And then I just
And then you
Wasn't
just
here.
vanished
It's
off the
just
face of
gone.
the planet. Had to like go through the darkest jungles of the Amazon to find Ryan and bring him back.
You let me borrow Metroid Prime Remastered.
That I did.
And I had given myself... So this is how long ago it was. I gave myself a goal to finish that before Zelda Tears of the Kingdom came out.
Yes.
And I finished it the day that we went to the midnight release. Like, I
Yes.
was texting you, like, how much do I have left? Am I close?
Yes.
So I finished it, and then we went to that midnight release, and so I never got to talk about it.
Yeah, because the next episode was the Zelda episode.
Yeah,
Of course.
And then we haven't really
And
had you back on since.
seen you since.
Yeah.
So, so a couple months ago, I played Metroid Prime Remastered. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it's a great game.
and-
Like I've said many times.
For me, I've mentioned before on this show that I didn't really get into Metroid much. So it's only the third Metroid game that I've ever beaten. And I had never played this one before. So for me, it was a brand new game.
Brand new
Like,
experience.
I had no context for what the original was like. But I really liked the first person view.
Yes. Yes.
I would like to see more of that from
Yes.
Metroid. So I thought that was cool. I think when I talked about Metroid Dread, I kind of mentioned how I had a couple moments where I just rage quit and just turned off my Switch. Like, I can't play this game anymore because I'm going to break something.
Yes.
This one was better about that. Like, there were moments that were challenging, but not, I want to smash this with a hammer.
Right,
So
right.
I think I enjoyed this one a little more than Dread.
Yeah, no, I think Dread's a phenomenal game. But it is very inaccessible. I
Yeah.
think to a large portion of the population who don't want to bang their heads up against a wall constantly. But no, and the first person I think really does make Metroid Prime feel different.
Yeah.
Like it's because it's not like when it came out. I remember like people talked about it like it was a first person shooter, but it's not. Like it's not a shooter.
No, it's still got the
It's-
traditional platforming
Yeah.
aspect to it.
So it's just an interesting combination.
It is.
of those two things. But there are so many things about it that I could talk about Metroid Prime for forever. So, but
So yeah, so I was supposed to talk about that a long time ago.
yeah,
And I'm just now getting around to it.
yeah,
But I enjoyed it. Now I can relate more to, like, you joke around about how long will we have to wait for them to remaster the next one.
right, right.
And now I can relate to that because I'm like, I want to play the next
Yeah.
one. I want to know.
The next one is not any good, but
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to play the next one anymore then.
Is that the one that was originally released for GameCube? What's
yeah,
that one? Okay,
the,
okay.
the Echoes, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes
Gotcha.
it's like I don't know if you remember, but it's got like the light and dark world.
Yeah.
Was it first person? Or did
Yeah,
they go-
yeah, it's
yeah,
the same.
same-
It's the
okay.
same thing. It's the
Yeah.
same concept.
All
It's
right.
just the game itself is
Not good.
not as fun. It's just weird, and there are parts of it. That I just find incredibly annoying. Like the game, itself, just annoys me more than it is like challenging, or more than it's like
Yeah.
I'm not compelled to explore anything. I'm just annoyed by the fact that I have to go through this particular area. But it's built into the game that way. So,
Yeah, it makes you never want to play it or finish it, right? You're like, ugh,
yeah, no, I have tried so many
I've had some of
times.
those games, yeah.
I have, because I have the Metroid Prime trilogy on the Wii, and I've tried to go back and I'm gonna play through all of them. I get through the
do it
first
this
one,
time.
and I start playing the second one. I get like 5-6 hours into it, and I'm like, I can't
I hate
do
this.
this. I know
Why
it.
am I doing this to
I
myself?
know it gets easier once I get through, and I get this particular suit. I know it gets easier, but getting there is just too much of a headache. I don't want to deal with it. So, but anyway, you were saying,
I was going to say that I don't know if it's because I was trying to finish before Zelda, but I did feel at one point I felt like I was... I was getting at one point. It was like, okay, now we're just backtracking for backtracking's sake.
Yeah.
Like, come on, let's move this thing along a little.
I remember you telling me that, and that's one of those things that if you don't know that you're supposed to be looking for things like while you're kind of going through the game, that definitely can be annoying. And I remember on my playthrough of it on the remastered one, there was one that I couldn't remember exactly where it was, and I was like super annoyed that I couldn't I was like, I swear it's supposed to be here, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do to find it.
For all you millennials, just like 2 words: water temple, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Raise the water, lower the water, raise the water. Too far, lower the water.
I hate that word. That temple is the worst. However, the snow temple in Majora's Mask, I think, is actually worse than that. But
Oh, see, I never did Majora's, so
yeah, I think it's worse than the water temple. But anyway,
Hey,
we keep jumping ship. This is a very ADD episode.
it's a good one. We haven't got together in so long.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
It's
The
been-
three of us have been in the same
good.
room.
Yes, it really has.
I have a question.
I have an
Speaking
answer.
of Majora's Mask, because I've never played it either.
Mm-hmm.
Have you played what's the virtual console because it's on Switch's Nintendo 64 virtual console?
Yes,
Have you played it?
I've played through a good portion of it.
How does it hold up? Like, would a first timer enjoy it?
I think anyone playing Majora's Mask for the first time is going to have a hard time enjoying the game. Like, I remember playing the game when it came out, or early on, not right when it came out, but I remember just being very confused by the whole game. It's a very
That was me too.
It's
yeah.
a very disorienting game. Like, coming out of Ocarina of Time, going into Majora's Mask,
Yeah.
it's very, very disorienting.
I think that's what happened to me because I think I rented it one night to try it.
Yeah.
Like I was a kid, and I maybe got 10 minutes into it. And I was like, I don't get this.
It's so because
I
it,
don't.
I love the
it
first
is
one. What is
so
this?
so different than anything
Right.
else. But there's a lot of interesting stuff that you do in that game, and there's a lot of interesting mechanics that they've kind of brought into other games. I think a little bit.
There's people who say it's the best.
There are people who absolutely love it.
Oh, yeah. I told my brother-in-law I hadn't played it, and he was like, what? That's unacceptable.
No, it's one of those things that you absolutely love it and you've played it a million times, or you just like, this is just too weird. So that to say, I don't think anyone at this point would love it playing it their first time.
Gotcha.
Because it's so different. It's very it's a challenging game.
Yeah.
Way more challenging than Ocarina of Time. Because you have to there's so many things that you have to figure out, and how the game plays. So I would imagine, I'm just trying to think through what it would be like playing it for the first time. I think what would happen is you'd get into it, and as you progressed, you would start doing something and realize that you've completely screwed up. And then you'd have to go back, and you end up having to basically backtrack and redo everything that you had just done.
No thanks.
And you would do that a lot, probably.
No.
So, not to say, I was planning on doing a review of it at some point, but I can talk about it a little bit now.
Well, there you go.
I wouldn't say don't play it, but what I will say is, if you're going to play it and you want to enjoy yourself playing it, use a guide.
There you go.
All right. That's
actually,
fair.
just
One
look,
of those old
just
Nintendo Power guides.
just
right?
look it
Yes.
up. Literally,
Yes.
just look it up. You don't have to look up everything, but get an idea about how the game works before you jump into it.
What was that one website? Did you guys go to websites in the 90s? It was it was a very popular one, but you could look up walkthroughs. And it
Game
was all
Facts.
Game Facts,
Yeah.
And everything was in like really bad text.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I was gonna say it was
Notepad.
just like
Game Facts, right?
It was like WordPad text.
Yeah,
It was
it's
horrible.
people- bad.
People would spend hours like making their walkthroughs like that,
Yeah,
doing their
yeah.
designs. Like, I mean, good gracious.
Yes.
That's how I got through Resident Evil on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Game
No, I
Facts.
had a
I
friend
had
who
to
told
use
me
it
about
to
Game
get
Facts.
Print it out and it's all this horrible, like
Yeah.
jumbled.
Yes, so bad.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a random memory unlock there.
Game Facts. It's still up and running. I still use Game
Yep,
Facts.
it is still there.
Yeah.
It can't
So-
be the same though, right? If
No,
it is,
I
it's
mean,
amazing.
basically, yeah. I mean,
Just like bad notepad. Like,
It's
Yeah.
pretty much, yeah.
yeah,
just
pretty much because it's all
blocky,
like it's
bad.
mostly because I mean it's all old game. Like no one's
Yeah,
uploading
that's
any
true.
new stuff on there.
So
Yeah.
it's just all this super old content of
Yeah.
you know.
It's all still there
Huh.
though.
No, I had to use that to get through Final Fantasy VIII, and I actually have very
wow.
fond memories
Uh-huh.
of printing that horrible looking thing out and sitting on my
Just
floor,
flipping through multiple
flipping
pages.
through these pages. Like, this is the most unreadable thing.
I
I love it.
even thought about printing them out.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, we had to print it
Yeah.
out.
I would just use the computer and like look it up and then go do it. But man,
What a
so
time to be alive. Game Facts.
So speaking of the virtual console though I've got some interesting news.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, the you know how I've shared before that I was trying to get the N64 controller and it's always sold out.
Drum roll.
It was available. Okay, that's going to be annoying to everyone listening. Sorry.
Turn down.
Turn down your volume before 10 seconds ago. Oh wait, too late for that. Anyway, I actually was telling my sister about it when she was here, and like I was like, yeah, but they're always sold out, and I'd like pulled it up to check it, and like I'd checked it earlier that morning, and it said it was sold out, and I pulled it up and looked at it, then it was there, and I immediately was like, I'm just gonna pick one other random thing, and so I ended up getting the N64 controller and a
Nice.
Sega Genesis controller for
Awesome.
so I have now completed this. I have the full set now
The cycle is complete.
of
Nice.
That's awesome.
of virtual console controllers. So those are supposed to be in on
One
Friday.
console to rule them all now. You don't need all these old ones laying around.
Yeah, I know,
Just,
right?
play everything on one. Perfect.
Yeah, no, I'm keeping all the old consoles too.
Yeah, don't blame you.
That's bad. I'm terrible. But no, I'm excited about getting that finally, and so I can go back and play James Bond now.
You can play
I can play
GoldenEye now,
GoldenEye and
not
actually like
be the worst
Yeah.
experience ever.
and it actually feel right.
Well,
Hey, we can pretend that it's the
There
controller's
you go.
fault, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That's right.
Oh, it's a bad controller.
But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to using it for Zelda as well, and for using it on Majora's Mask and for Ocarina of Time, because having the C buttons there is actually incredibly helpful. Using
Yeah.
Different items and
using the Switch controller for the C buttons in the Zelda games is just absolutely
doesn't
annoying.
work.
It doesn't. I
had to stop. I would love to play through Ocarina of Time, but I just wasn't enjoying it. I need to get one of those controllers before I can enjoy
Well,
it.
they're sold out again. So
Of course they
sorry.
are.
I should have bought two. I
You
should
got
have
the
just bought
last
two of
one.
them. Anyway, so overall, we're gonna rewind here
Rewind.
and go back to Metroid Prime because this is the
All over
ADD
the place.
episode.
Overall, I liked it a lot. Really enjoyed it. Would recommend it. I would especially recommend it if you have a friend you can borrow it from, so you don't have to pay for it.
The best
That's
way.
even better. No, I had a lot of fun with it.
Good. I'm
And
glad.
So much so that I actually, after I finished Zelda, I went and played, because I was just on a Metroid kick, I went and played Metroid Fusion, which I told Josh
Yes.
that of the three that I've played, that's my favorite Metroid
It's a good
game.
one.
I didn't like that one.
It was
that
so
much.
simple, and it was a Game Boy Advance game.
Game Boy Advance. Yep.
And so it was a simple, short little Metroid game, and I don't know, I just had a lot of fun with it.
I didn't not like that one, but of those three, like it's definitely at the bottom of my list.
Yeah.
Like no doubt.
There weren't a lot of great games early on in the Game Boy Advance. And I do remember that one being a standout because there wasn't a lot of...
I could see that one carrying an otherwise pretty lame library.
Right. It had Tony Hawk, so...
I have Tony Hawk for the Game Boy Advance, which is terrible.
Yeah. It's like one of the release titles, I think.
Yeah,
it was like
it's so bad. It's so bad.
I remember Game Boy Advance. Yeah. I remember Game Boy Advance.
Now you can just get it right there on the Virtual Console.
Yeah.
Oh, so what was our rating system? Didn't we come up with a rating system forever ago?
I think we did a couple of episodes where we had dumb rating systems.
Yeah. You
do you give it 2 or 3 waffles?
Out of how many?
Out of 5? Out of 7. 7.3. Go.
Okay, 7.3 waffles. I give Metroid Prime 6.5.
Okay, solid 6.5 out of 7.3 waffles.
All right. I'll take that half of the waffle. That's great.
There you go.
What is that, Canadian like maple syrup or like American like Butterworth or?
No, that's real legit maple syrup.
Oh man, that's serious. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
That's a good waffle.
It's a great waffle.
It's a great waffle.
You guys should all go out and play that waffle.
Matt, what have you been playing?
Waffle. Like you guys, we haven't talked about this. I did get Zelda. Unlike you guys, I didn't play it very much. But not because I don't like it. Because it was it is a great game. I just... Games like that feel like they take so much time, and if I put it down for a week, which typically happens, and I come back to it, I have no idea what I was doing.
What was I doing again?
No.
Oh, I have no... Yeah, like, what temple am I in? What is this?
Well, and even... the thing with that, though, too, is that, like, even if, like, you remember where you're at, like, you, like, or what you're doing, like, it's like, how do I... What...
Yeah, I forgot completely how to even these buttons interact with each other.
Like...
what was great is I went to Alaska. I haven't.
Oh yeah.
That happened while I was gone, and I brought it with me. It's like this is perfect. It's like right before the trip, so I'll take it on the flight and any downtime I have, which I did get to play a little bit during the downtime, and I loved it. It was fun for that. But as soon as I got home, I haven't touched it since.
Yeah.
So it was like my Alaska game, and then it's not been turned on.
Now you got the digital copy, right?
No, I have a physical.
Oh, you got a physical copy?
I got a physical
okay.
copy of it.
So you didn't join us at the midnight release, so I assume that you had gotten the digital copy and just downloaded it and were playing it before we even had a chance to.
No, I didn't even play the night it came. It was like a couple of days after the fact that I got it, but I had that FOMO. At first, I wasn't sure if I was going to get it. I was like, no, I got to get it. So I picked it up, and I have enjoyed it, but like I said, I don't know. I think it's my old age. Like, again, I pick it up, and I forgot, what was this? Is this the same game? Oh, okay, this is where I was. So I didn't play Zelda, but... I have gotten another classic, new version of a classic game. It's an amazing game. And it's actually a game that beat Zelda in Metacritic scores.
Oh, wow.
Here we go.
And it's Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, you dog.
Baldur's Gate 3 is amazing. I didn't think I would say that. So I was a huge fan of Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. Back in the PC days. And one thing I was going to bring up is you had said, it's really funny because back then it was 5 CDs.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So to play Baldur's Gate 1, you had to have 5 CDs in your PC and you had to just install them, swap them out.
Yep.
And so it's crazy how we went from back in the day when you bought a wireless adapter, you would have a CD in there.
Yep.
And then it got down to smaller to a mini CD and then it got down, so it's kind of crazy how we went from 5 because most people didn't have DVD players on their computers, so you had to have CD installation discs. So,
right.
Anyway, so I played the heck out of those games, played the heck out of Baldur's Gate 2, and I was not going to get 3. Baldur's Gate 3 has been out in like the first chapter in early development. You could have purchased it early and played it. I never did because I was like, I love Baldur's Gate, but it's not BioWare. It's not the same company. Yeah. It's a little bit different, so I don't know. But I will say it's, in every way, just a really amazing game. Mainly combat, like the RPG stuff. Like I would have cared more about that as I was younger. Now I'm just kind of like I love the combat.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. It's a game that presents you with all these different challenges and like 50 different ways to solve them.
So
it's crazy.
What's interesting is it's not made by BioWare.
No.
It's made by Larian.
Right.
And if you remember way back on the first episode, I gave my top 5, and I said that I think Divinity 2.
Divinity. Mm-hmm.
So they made, Larian Studios is who made Divinity 2. And so I'm excited about Baldur's Gate 3 because of, like, there's just almost an endless way. Like, there's really no limit to the combination of
Correct.
the ways you can accomplish what you're trying to do.
Correct.
So, no, I'm very excited about that. So
The hardest thing about the game is the amount of time I have because, again, for these type of games, like back in the day when I played like Mass Effect, all those type of games, I always play the game through as the hero. Like the good guy who makes all the right choices, does all the right things, and then I always go back and play the villain
as the bad guy
because I want to see those choices, and some of them are really funny, right? I will say this: Baldur's Gate 3 feels very dark. It's not like the others at all.
By that.
Even when you're a good character, you feel horrible. Like every choice is bad.
I'm not surprised by that.
And so I was kind of like, that's the only thing I have against it. Like, if I want to play a good character, I want to see more good outcomes. But everything just feels like this dread. And there's even what I really do want to experience. It's kind of funny. It's like they knew that that's how I play games. Like I start out good guy, start out bad guy. They have at the very beginning. You can either choose a pre-made character that's already got a background and it kind of chooses the stuff for you, or you can create your own character, which is what they recommend, or there's a new option, and I forgot the name of it because I haven't done it yet, but basically you play as a character who has this urge to, like, this other person of you takes over and kills people. And so you're basically like a serial killer, but, you know, in your own mind, and you can't control it. And it's called like the urge or the something. I don't know. It's like I want to try this now. I want to try this version of it. So, but I haven't gotten very far. I'm not even past chapter 1 at all.
I want to play it
but
so bad.
What's so cool is, again, I've already done 3 different characters, and I haven't because you learn so much as you go through it. But again, the thing that blows my mind is how many different ways you can get around a problem.
Oh, there's just so...
It's wild.
So
it's funny. You find some really funny stuff.
I have played through Divinity twice and like half of a third time. A really good friend of mine has played through it 6 times. Mm-hmm. Both of us have found things that the other person has never seen before.
Exactly.
And I expect that Baldur's Gate will be the same way.
This one fight, I'll stop after that. But I was having all this trouble. I was like, this is so frustrating. And then I got to this point. There's different actions you can do. If you ever played D&D or anything like it, it's kind of turn based. You know, you get to move, the other person gets to move, and it's all based on initiative. But anyway, so I'm over this giant bridge, and I'm having a lot of trouble beating this guy. And there's a button I haven't even used up to this point. It says push. And so if a character's in front of you, you can push them back to get them out of your way.
Yep.
And so I just try it. And it pushes the guy off the bridge, and he dies.
Yep.
Like he just falls into nothing. It's like, did I just do that?
Oops.
Here I am like trying to strategize. Like, do I cast this spell? Do I do this? And no, I'll just push him off. It's fine.
That's kind of one of the things about Larian Studios is like if you can think it up or create it in your mind, you can probably do it in the game.
I've already seen a YouTube video that's tempted me.
Yeah.
These halflings are like hobbits, like in D&D world, and someone went and made like 4 halfling barbarians, and they're just going around the world like destroying it. These little guys with giant swords. And in one of the videos I saw, he like, I guess you can pick people up in the game.
Yep.
And so he picks someone up and throws them. So
nice.
I have some new goals when I get back to playing it. So, I see why it's called Game of the Year. People are already pushing for that over Zelda. It's also getting review bombed right now because people don't like that people are saying it's the Game of the Year because they like their favorite game. But I was surprised to see how fast, because again, this is a game that's been out for a while in a certain form. Like I think it only went past it didn't go past chapter 1 or something like that. And now it's finally released and everyone's just like, oh, this is amazing. And I have heard that a lot of the original Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 characters are brought back into it. Like Minsk and some of those guys. So I really want to see where that goes. So I'm nerding out, but I'm living my fantasy days back in high school where I played these games and just fell in love with Dungeons and Dragons and played it a lot. And so if you guys are fellow nerds, do not play around your kids whatsoever. It's
not for little eyes.
No, not some of it even I was kind of like, okay, this is too much.
Yep.
And again, warning, right? Like, but there's actually a button to click on and off if you want to show genitalia. So
okay, yeah. So
Also not surprising.
Yeah,
Right.
that was a cyberpunk feature too.
Yep.
right.
It was a feature in
So
Cyberpunk.
just turn that off. There's no point. I don't understand that. And there's like you can have relationships with your characters. Like it's a game. I just want to. I want to throw orcs off bridges. I don't.
Yeah.
So I guess that's me.
No, I'm very jealous. I want to play that
It's got a co-op mode.
very bad. So I didn't even mention this, but the only gaming system I have right now is a Switch.
Did your PS4 actually end
My
up?
PS4 bit the dust.
No!
Yeah, it is deader than dead.
Oh.
I can turn it on, and it's on for like a minute or two, and then it freezes. And
Ah.
I can't even turn it off without, like, literally, I have to unplug the power to turn it off. So it is
No.
just so dead. And I bought that PS4 on release day. It's a release day
See,
console.
like,
So
you know what?
Press F. Yeah.
You know what? We didn't have to worry about back in the day. Consoles not working like that.
That's true.
Like,
Powerhouses. Those things
Yeah.
are still working. Right?
like
So.
I can pull out my N64 and just turn it on,
Right now.
and it'll work.
Yep.
Almost guaranteed.
No.
Same with my Sega Genesis or my Nintendo. Now the Nintendos, those could be a little finicky, but you could make them work. You didn't need to go buy a new console just because your screen was blinking purple.
Yeah.
Or the Red Ring of Death.
Yeah,
So that is to say, I have no way to play Baldur's
Oh.
Gate 3 right now, or I would be.
agony.
I'm very excited
Agony.
about that game.
So this leads us to our newest portion of the show, in which we start a phone drive to raise money
GoFundMe.
for
Ryan needs a computer.
so that he
If
can
you
play.
care, give your money now.
So
Who's
you'll
David
notice
Bowie?
a theme over
That's
the next
why-
few episodes.
that's-
I'm talking Nintendo.
That is why U2 is actually here.
We are the world.
It's time for the concert.
They're here to help us raise money so that Ryan can get a next gen console.
Yeah, so
So you can send your donations in.
Oh my.
We'll
It's not
link
console,
that.
it's Ryan needs a PC at gmail.com. It's probably out there. Don't do that. Don't
We
send me that.
do not send money.
Ooh,
yeah,
anywhere
don't
else?
do that because
Yeah.
someone probably has that.
Yeah.
Wow.
But we will.
Smart. I should do that.
Just go create that.
Yeah, just see what happens. Yeah, go wild, right?
Send Ryan money.
Put business cards all over, like leave them at gas stations.
Start
What is
dropping in
this?
places. go to
Yeah,
a
yeah.
restaurant.
See what happens.
Drop
I
a
don't know.
card.
You may get $5. You may get $500.
All right, I got a business plan when I get home.
Yeah. Anything's possible.
Hey,
So-
it'll work. I think it's a brilliant idea. I think we do it, and that's I don't have any problems with
No,
that.
I gave at the office.
So yeah, for the next few episodes at least, it'll be Zelda or Pokemon or Nintendo stuff.
That's a new twist on things from recent weeks or recent months, as it were, where we've talked about anything other than Nintendo product. Good gracious. So, going back to Baldur's Gate, obviously not my cup of tea. So
You may enjoy this, though.
I was
know.
completely unaware that this game was even coming out.
Right.
I hadn't heard anything about it.
Well, it's weird because I'm curious too. Like, I think the people who knew about it were either huge Baldur's Gate fans or the company's fans or both.
Yep.
And everyone else was exactly like, "What is this game?" And I was even it's funny because my wife asked me, "Hey, are you going to get Baldur's Gate 3?" And I was like, "I don't know. Like, I love Baldur's Gate, but I don't know." And then I saw it come out, and everyone was talking about it, and everything was like, "Man, I do remember that. Oh, I do. Oh, that would be great." And then again, FOMO, right? Fear of missing out.
Right.
So like, I had to get it, and
Right.
even then, I was like, "Okay, I'll just see what this is about." And I have been hooked. Like, it is really, really, really good. So it hits all the buttons I'm looking for. I can jump back in and be like, "Oh yeah, I remember this." It's not like I'm lost. The story is a little weird, but yeah, I don't know. You might enjoy it. I mean, it's turn based. I don't know if you like turn based.
That's the thing. Like
you
with
do have
RPGs,
there's a lot of strategy and
turn based stuff. Turn based stuff is like
it's a little unforgiving. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
because
I would not make it. I don't think. But the one turn based game that I made it through was KOTOR. So
yes, yeah.
But like game. That one was like I can't go back and replay KOTOR now. Like I've tried and I can't do it. But
another great Bioware classic.
It is. I almost bought that earlier today.
It's such a great game. Way better than 2.
Oh, so good.
2 is horrible.
Anyway. 2, they ran out of money. Like something happened with 2, and they couldn't like finish. They couldn't like finish the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like something happened, and they were like, "Well, we've just got to end it here. Like we've got to like just end the story. Just cut it there." And it's like this is not a satisfying ending at all.
Yeah, when you don't have good writing behind it, it just kind of fell apart. So.
Yeah, but anyway, so when like Baldur's Gates 1 and 2 were those like mid-10s or was that
no
early thousands?
Yeah. Probably, I would say Baldur's Gate 1 and probably had to be 99 or 2000.
Yeah. Okay.
I could be remembering
like I said, I have no context. Those were not games that I would have played.
Baldur's Gate 2 was probably 2002 or 3.
Okay.
And then nothing at all. Because those are still like 3rd edition, not even 3rd edition rules. So
like we're talking,
I could
like,
be wrong.
It's been like 20 years.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's again like there's just so much of a nostalgia for all that. Like they have these really fun characters, and even then, like they continue that. So as I said earlier, which means nothing to you, there's a character named Minx who has he's like a ranger, which means he's like an animal handler, but he has this relationship with a hamster named Boo. And this guy like talks to his hamster, and he calls him a space hamster.
Okay.
And so because he's kind of out there, but it makes for a very fun character as you're interacting with the world. You're in this medieval world, but here's a guy with a space hamster, and as he's fighting, he says crazy things like "Go for the eyes, Boo! Go for the eyes!" And they brought him back in Mass Effect. There's actually an Easter egg where you can get a space hamster named Boo, and you touch him, he says squeak. Which in the game, if you try to remove him from his inventory, he would go squeak. So
that's funny.
All these little fun, like you just have nostalgia for those kind of things.
That's really funny.
Yeah, they brought it back. And I haven't seen him yet in Baldur's Gate 3, but I am excited. And if you're just a Dungeons & Dragons nerd, like it's based in Forgotten Realms, which is one of my absolute favorite story areas. So Drizzt and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
The original was released in 1998.
There you go.
Oh, good gracious.
5 CDs.
Yep.
That's crazy. Okay. Oh right, I should have known. I was thinking, 5 CDs would have clued me into the 90s.
Because they had DVDs then, but I guess because I was thinking to that today, I was like, why didn't I was like? It's probably because everyone still had CD-ROMs. No one had DVD drives back then yet. So it's weird to think. Even World of Warcraft came. I remember it came with 5 CDs or 4 CDs or 1 DVD. So if you had
the DVD drive in your computer,
that was in 2004 or 5.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
So
what a time.
In other and this is running long, so I apologize, but this is something else that I thought about bringing up was the they're releasing Red Dead Redemption on the Switch.
I saw that today.
Weird.
Which I find odd.
I have complaints.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Josh.
No, go ahead.
It's like
have your complaints.
It's like they silently gave up. Like I remember that always being a fight. Like Xbox and PlayStation always had the mature stuff. Nintendo's always going to be family, and they're not going to go that bad.
So, one of my complaints is, and I don't know all the facts, but I read somewhere essentially that they are re-releasing it or releasing it for the next-gen consoles or something. They haven't made any changes to it, no upgrades, no graphical improvements, nothing. $60.
Oh.
It's like, wait a minute.
Wow.
You didn't change this at all. You did nothing. And then of course, also...
porting it over.
Yeah, and then, so, along that line, I don't know how much it is on Nintendo, but...
Well, and I think it's only a digital release, too. Which we all know how I feel about that.
Which we've spoken at length about.
Is it really $60? What in the world?
That's what I heard. And again, that came from someone else telling me that.
Is that the online version too, though? So I wonder if that's...
Could be, yeah.
I never played it.
I never played that one. I played what was the one before it?
I think I did Redemption. Was it Red Dead Revolver and then Red Dead
Red
Redemption?
Dead Revolver, then Red Dead
Okay,
Redemption.
yeah.
I did Redemption, but I didn't play any of the others, like the online ones and all that stuff.
What was the most recent one?
Red Dead Redemption 2.
2.
Okay.
That's the online one. I think.
That's the one that has like the online multiplayer.
Yeah, like the open
yeah.
world kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, so I did play the first Redemption game.
Well, and I remember when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, like I had the FOMO thing because like I was in a group at the time where everyone was playing it. Yeah. And I was like,
there's some funny videos out there.
I've never even played Red Dead Redemption. And so I was like, I'll go to and I went and bought a copy of it. And like, I mean, I played it for a little bit, but it was just like, this is, Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto with horses.
Yeah.
Yeah. In
the Wild West.
In the West.
Yeah.
And I'm just not.
The story wasn't even that interesting.
I'm just not having fun.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not interested in. So I quit playing it. But
if that game came out in the 90s, that would have been a rental.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like and it would have had some kind of crazy cheat code that you would have put in that would have like unlocked all of the weapons, and you could have just blown everything. You'd end up with a tank driving through the middle of the town. And
it would be the giant spider from Wild Wild West.
Yeah, something like that.
It's $50 on Switch.
Why?
And is it only digital?
That's the only option I'm seeing.
Yeah, like.
Okay, that's a problem.
I don't know.
I don't see an option for anything else.
I'm like, you think they're gonna, because people speak with their wallets, right? Who's gonna be buying this for $50?
The game came out in 2010.
Did it really?
So it's a 13-year-old.
Yeah, because I had it on the Xbox.
Okay.
I haven't had an Xbox in forever. That was a 360 game.
Yeah.
So again, from what a friend told me, no graphic improvements, no additional content, anything like that.
Strange choice.
$50 digital only.
I'm kind of curious, but again, like, if it was going to be a physical copy, I might be more apt to buy. But like, I'm definitely not buying it I'm definitely not going to buy it digitally. Probably wouldn't have bought it either way. But like,
you think that's all like what Skyrim and all those guys are doing? Like, hey, we could do that, but they just kind of relate to the party. Like, Skyrim was released on like every console.
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah.
Hey, have you heard of Skyrim?
Yes, everyone knows about Skyrim.
Hey, you've got an Oculus. Have you heard of Skyrim?
that was actually pointing back to that was, if you listen to our last episode, that was what Emmy reacted to when she said, "I'm sorry, I'm not Ryan," because I was talking about Skyrim.
Oh, yeah.
And how it was released on every console. Anyway. So
yeah,
because
we've got a new smart fridge. Have you played Skyrim?
Would you like to while you're getting your glass of water? Because you can.
It's right there. It's like people who put Doom on everything.
It was like a Babylon Bee for the video games. It would be like, now on Samsung Smart Fridge.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
absolutely.
That would be awesome.
But anyway, if you guys want to tell us what you think about Red Dead Redemption's re-release and the release on the Switch and what that means or doesn't mean, or if you care or not, you can comment somewhere.
Somehow.
And maybe we'll see it.
Yeah, let us know. Like 5 years when we look back, oh yeah.
Hey, someone commented on that. That's great.
Listen to that.
So
cool.
Anyway, anything else for the good of the whole, people, gentlemen?
I don't think so.
No.
No. I don't know if you want to plug. Like, there's a potential.
Yes.
Something maybe.
We might be uploading a video onto YouTube at some point in the future, near future-ish. Maybe.
We'll give it a shot.
We'll see.
You never know.
If so, maybe it'll be released at the same time as this episode. Maybe it won't be.
I got some nostalgia. I went back and watched some videos, and I'm just like, man, we need to do this.
Yes, we do.
Fun. That's so much fun.
It is. It's tons of fun, but it's also very time consuming.
Oh man, yeah, is it ever?
But
I wish I could go back and shake babies, but
that's my daughter's favorite thing is to go back and watch the babysitting mama. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this episode of the Dead Tired Dads podcast. Thanks so much for listening. If you don't mind doing all of the things,
do all the things,
do them
please.
constantly.
And we'll keep doing this.
And yeah, because we're having fun. So thanks for listening, and we will catch you on the next episode of the Dead Tired Dads podcast.
Input required.
Bye.